times this week. 101, thanks to me. Well, since 2005, we should point out, the 49ers have had 15 different quarterbacks, sixth most in the NFL. And Sunday's game will be the fourth NFC Championship game of Rodgers' career. He's 1-2 in the previous three. Green Bay has been the road team in all three of those games, just like they'll be again on Sunday. So Rodgers says he can draw on past experiences to help prepare for this year's NFC Championship game.
They've all been the same. I think there's an appreciation that there's only 4 teams left. I mean, that's pretty cool to think about. There's 28 teams on vacation right now, and we're still going. But you try and keep the weeks as normal as possible. We haven't ever had one of these at home, so that's the only thing that's kind of normal. We know we're traveling on Saturday.
Meanwhile, over in the AFC, the Titans looking to knock off the top 3 seeds in the AFC playoffs this year. Quarterback Ryan Tannehill throwing the ball just 29 times for 160 yards in the wins over the Patriots and Ravens. Tennessee riding the legs of Derrick Henry, and that's just fine with Tannehill if it leads to a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah, well, I mean, being a quarterback, obviously, I love throwing the ball, but I just want to win. At the end of the day, that's what we go out there each and every week, is to find a way to win and do whatever it takes. So if that's throwing it 15 times and trying to execute those plays, then that's what I'll do. If it's 35, then that's what it is.
Tannehill, by the way, Schrager is the first quarterback with back-to-back playoff wins with under 100 passing yards since Terry Bradshaw in 1974. Obviously, he doesn't have to, because the front of that offense is doing everything, opening up holes for Derrick Henry.
Bradshaw had a good offensive line and running game. So do the Tennessee Titans, which leads to a couple unsung heroes in this thing, Will. Titans running back Derrick Henry is having a historic, truly magical postseason, right? 2 games, 64 carries, 377 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Oh, yeah, and a passing touchdown as well, in 2 of the biggest upset victories the NFL has seen in recent years. We know about Henry. We know his story. Heisman winner, rushing champion this year, big bruising throwback carrier from a different era. But do you know about the guys who are protecting him? Do you know about everyone who creates those holes? Because no, there is no number 22 without a brick wall in front of him made of characters, franchise cornerstones, and amazing stories creating those lanes for Derrick Henry to run wild. Let's get to know these Tennessee Titans offensive linemen. It's time. Let's get to know them. A unit that USA Today had a headline about in September that said, Titans offensive line is on track for a historically bad season. That was in the USA Today. And it was an article about how bad they had been. Well, that was 4 months ago. The ringleader to this thing is that guy. It's our guy. Taylor Lewan, huge personality, but a huge talent, too. He was given a contract that paid him like the top offensive lineman in all of football because he might be the top offensive lineman in all of football. Watch this play from the Patriots game. This is Taylor Lewan. That's Dietrich Wise. Look what he does, Dietrich Wise. That's a 10-yarder, and look at Lewan's response. I'm just going to push him the whole way, and then he's done. He's like, all right, I'm good. I've done my job. Taylor Lewan is moving guys 5-6 yards, but he's not alone. 31-year-old Roger Saffold is a guard. He wanted to spend his entire career as a Ram, wire to wire, wanted to be just a Ram forever. Okay? But when his season ended last year and his contract was up, the Rams didn't even offer him a contract. He licked his wounds and he said, okay, I'll join the Titans, where he would slide in at the left guard position and he would get to work. The Rams, guys, I don't know if you watched the Rams run game this year. It wasn't exactly amazing. And you know what? Having Roger Saffold out there, a veteran presence who kind of protected Andrew Whitworth as well, might have helped. No, instead, he's taken his veteran leadership, has been there, done that attitude, and brought it to Tennessee, where he's been one of the best free agent signings in the NFL this entire season. Roger Saffold's been a beast, and he's been that because he's motivated to do so. Center Ben Jones is a Walter Payton Man of the Year candidate. Then you've got guard Nate Davis, who is a rookie standout. Then you got Jack Conklin, a former first-round pick who is fulfilling his promise now in 2020. Then there's David Quessenberry.
Oh, yeah! That's him.
That's David Quessenberry. See this guy again. That's David Quessenberry in the weather. Shirtless, sleeveless, shorts on. Quessenberry has been a tremendous part of this sideline reactions every time we see a big Henry run. Watch Quessenberry. That's him in shorts and sleeveless. He's an offensive lineman who plays for the Tennessee Titans, but he has not played a game this postseason. But trust me, his impact is felt because
Peter,
the guy,
he's got wind pants. We don't understand he ripped them off mid-game like an NBA player. That's awesome.
The guy in the shorts and the sleeveless shirt on the sideline that you see going wild every single time Derrick Henry has one of these huge runs is Quessenberry. His story, though, could be the best one in all of football this season. Let me explain. The former 6th-round pick out of San Jose State was diagnosed with lymphoma in June of 2014, but was never deterred from following his dream. And after completing radiation treatment, his cancer went into remission in February of 2015, and he was finally done with cancer treatments by 2017. Okay, so he comes out of the league in 2014. 2017 now is 3 years later, beats cancer, signed by the Titans in 2018, catches a touchdown earlier this season against the Colts. And he's been a valuable member of the practice squad this entire late season run. Derrick Henry's total package, we know this, but there are stories like Saffold, like Conklin, like Quessenberry on the sideline that you've got to love. He's got a good group of guys creating holes in front of him, and he's got a good group of guys who are lifting the spirits of that city right now. The Tennessee Titans offensive line, USA Today said 4 months ago, was a joke and one of the worst in all of football. Right now, they are one game away from creating holes for one of the greatest playoff running backs we've ever seen and making one of the greatest playoff runs as a team that this league has ever seen. Tennessee Titans, it's not just Henry. There's a bunch of guys blocking for him as well.
And a backup quarterback coming off the bench behind that line with a bunch of receivers we don't really know. It's starting to sound a little bit like Miami, Peter. It's a little bit. They got a business to take care of, though.
You know, it's funny you say that because you were just talking about San Francisco saying it's the new candlestick. And
maybe.
Coaching staff and players seems like destiny. Even Aaron Rodgers needs a ring number 2. Seems like destiny. The Chiefs coming back after being 24 seems like destiny. You know what we haven't said about the Titans? This does seem like destiny. Making the move from Mariota to Tannehill, Derrick Henry playing unbelievable, leading rush. Doesn't this seem like destiny? Are they meant to be in Miami?
I love that you're giving them love. I mean, Derrick Henry brought them all Rolexes in the postseason. He loves them. Rodgers